ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1st, Chapter 17, Punishment and Reward of Kali. Text 4. Please repeat. Papracharatham arudaha Kartasvara parichadam Megagambhirya vacha Samaropita karmukaha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit, well equipped with arrows and bow and seated on a gold embossed chariot, spoke to him, the Shudra, with a deep voice sounding like thunder. Purport. An administrative head or king like Maharaj Parikshit, with full majestic authority, well equipped with weapons to chastise miscreants, can challenge the agents of the age of Kali. Then only will it be possible to counteract the degraded age. And in the absence of such strong executive heads, there is always disruption of tranquility. The elected show bottle executive head, as representative of a degraded public, cannot be equal with a strong king like Maharaj Parikshit. The dress or style of royal order does not count. It is one's actions which are counted. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. In this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can see the action of a real Kshatriya. Maharaj Parikshit, when he encountered Kali, who was attacking cow in his kingdom, he was very much surprised because this Kali was dressed like a king, but he was behaving like a covered person. So Maharaj Parikshit, he spoke. And how he spoke is mentioned here. Mega Gambhiraya Vacha. When he spoke, it appeared like there was a thunder in the sky. We all have the personal experience of hearing the Mega Gambhiraya, the thunder of the cloud in the sky. When the clouds in the rainy season, when there is a thundering, it is so strong that everywhere there will be silence after that, because the sound is very strong and powerful. So when the real king speaks, it is so powerful that it penetrates the heart of the people. When he speaks, people take it very seriously. You know, the example given here is the thundering sound. There are many varieties of sounds. When we are driving on the road, people honk. Basically, they honk so that you pay attention to that sound. Maybe they want you to give them the way so that they want to go ahead. Or to communicate something, they want to make some sound. So, but what kind of sound draws your attention, and what kind of sound we generally ignore? If it is an ordinary sound, everybody ignores it. But if it is a very strong sound, everyone takes it very seriously. Like the ambulance sound. It is so loud and it is so unique. Everyone comes to know, here is some emergency. The sound is very clear. This vehicle is communicating some emergency. So everyone leaves way for that vehicle to pass on. So how should be the sound of a powerful king, executive head. When Parikshit, Maharaj Parikshit, when he spoke, it was not like some ordinary person speaking. His words have to be taken very seriously. You cannot ignore, okay, you keep speaking and I don't care for you. No. When he speaks, everyone will pay full attention. And what kind of a speech it was? Mega Gambhiraya Vacha. It is not only the intensity of the sound, but along with that sound, there's so much power in that sound. What is that power? Lord Krishna speaks of the qualities of a real king in Bhagavad Gita 18 chapter 43rd verse. He says, Shauryam Tejo Dhritir Dakshyam. Shauryam Tejo Dhritir Dakshyam. Shaurya means heroism. What do you mean by heroism? When you see something going wrong, he has the capacity to question it. Many times we read newspapers, news apps nowadays. So you see in the broad daylight, somebody is being murdered. Somebody is stabbed, or acid being thrown on the people in front of everyone. There's nobody to question. Forget about, questioning. Nobody will be there to even stop it. Sometimes it happens in the presence of the police. And there are so much crowd standing and watching, but nobody has the courage to ask, why are you doing like this? That courage is not there. And that is the first quality of a real king or a kshatriya. And that is what you can see in Maharaj Parikshit. Shauryam, capacity to question, stop if there is anything wrong. Like in this case, this Kali, he was attacking the cow. He was attacking cow. And Maharaj Parikshit, when he saw that, he was not simply seeing and he thought, okay, somebody is doing, they should not do like this. And he was feeling bad and he was simply going ahead. No, when he saw something wrong, he actually stopped. He said, how dare are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And this is heroism. Hero, today we all are aware of movie heroes. Right? Because the script is already written. That the hero can question, and according to the director's story, the story is already being planned, everything. The real hero, that is the kshatriya, the real king, according to Krishna's varnashrama dharma, he can question, he can challenge if there is anything wrong. Nowadays, there are online kshatriyas, anonymous. They don't even reveal their name. They don't even reveal their face. They don't even reveal their place. Where are they? And they give so many opinions. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it? Trolls. They're called trolls. So this is what you can see in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga Kshatriyas are all online trolls. No heroism. Hiding behind some anonymous identity. Do not even have guts to come front and ask what you want to ask, like this. But the real kshatriyas, as like Maharaj Parikshit, at the right place he can stop and he can question, why are you doing this? And he can even challenge that person. I will not allow you to do this if it is against the principles of dharma. So that is Shauryam. Next quality that Krishna says about a real kshatriya is Tejaha. Teja means power. What do you mean by power? Nowadays, again, online, social media, full of people going to gym or fitness center and showing their biceps and 6 abs, 8 abs, or saying that see how powerful I am. That is only one type of power. That is physical power. Okay, maybe physical power. But the power of a Kshatriya, apart from physical power, is the power to implement the principles of Dharma in his kingdom. Do you have that power? Can you implement the principles of Dharma and make sure that the citizens in your kingdom are encouraged and motivated enough to follow the principles of Dharma? Like today we can see what Dharma Shastra says. 4 things are forbidden. This illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, intoxication. These are very dangerous for any civilized society. They can take away the inclination of Dharma from the people. So an administrative head or the king or whoever is ruling, he should be very clear in his mind. He or she should be very clear that these things should not be encouraged in the society. So, for example, if there is this intoxication, how to avoid intoxication? The common people should not get easy access to it. It should not be available everywhere and anywhere, right? But unfortunately, today's the economy or the lot of tax that the government collects is from encouraging intoxication. And in fact, there are many states famous for tourism where the intoxication or alcohol consumption is freely allowed. So people will be keep on discussing, oh, have you been to that place? You can do a lot of party. You can drink alcohol, which is very cheaply available. So the government is so degraded that they want to collect their income. They want to collect their income by allowing such a sinful activity called intoxication and gambling. You go to that state, everywhere there are gambling opportunities. And people will be inviting you, please come, as if it's a very great activity. So they keep giving invitation, come once you come inside, like this. So the whole state economy is dependent on sinful activities. In fact, in America, there is such a place, one place. It is called Sin City. City for sinful activities. And they don't mind. As long as the money or income comes to the government, by doing sinful activities, they're okay. But that's not the kind of a kshatriya or administration that Srimad Bhagavatam is talking about. Tejaha means the capacity or the power to implement dharma, the religious principles. Especially those principles to stop these 4 illicit sinful activities. Now you see, anywhere and everywhere you can see the liquor being sold very easily. And also about 25-30 years back, the liquor shops used to have some very dim light and people used to hide and go, and they used to have some kind of a guilty feeling. Oh, I have to do this. So now it's all like a modern shopping. Especially when you go to airport, you will see very glamorized way of selling the liquor. And there are many shops, people can go without any guilt, pick up the alcohol and put it in their carry bag and go on like this. So that means the king or the government does not have the capacity to implement these religious principles. How to stop people from doing sinful activities like this? You see, especially meat eating. Now everywhere this meat eating is going on in a very glamorized way. KFC, McDonald, and so it is, the advertisements are made in such a way, if you have not done it, people will ask, there is something wrong with you. So in colleges, the youth will ask you, have you tried alcohol? I mean, this is not a question to be asked because it is so common. So if someone says no, then they say, oh, doodh peene wala bachcha hai. So it's a baby. It is just know how to drink the milk. Now look at the degradation of the society. The symptom of your growth is you have consumed alcohol. That means you have grown up. In the civilized Vedic society, the symptom of your growth is that you have stayed away from the sinful activities. That's the symptom of growth. In fact, if you have consumed or if you have tried any of these things, it means you have not yet grown. You're still degraded. So, Tejaha means the government or the king is so powerful that he can implement and make sure that there are no such sinful activities in his kingdom. Shauryam, Tejo, Dhriti. Dhriti means determination. Sometimes when you try to implement some good things, there will be opposition. Some people may not like it. They may try to oppose you. They may create some, strike and all those things. But the king will not get scared by that. He is very determined. Especially determined to implement the will of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has a certain will. What is his will? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te. Krishna says that become my devotee. Always think of me, become my devotee, and in this way you come back to me. We should go back to Krishna. We should go back to where Krishna resides, in Goloka Vrindavana. This is will of Lord. And we see in Bhagavad Gita how the real Kshatriya, Arjuna, who is the grandfather of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj's father is Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's father is Arjuna. So, look at their behavior. In Bhagavad Gita, at the end we see, what is Arjuna saying? Karishye vachanam tava. I will implement your will. Krishna has a will. Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. So Krishna says, this is my will. I want to establish dharma. This is my will. And Arjuna says, yes, karishye vachanam tava. I will do as per your will. This is the real Kshatriya. And that requires strong willpower. The real king is never afraid of opposition by ordinary people. You create whatever kind of opposition, nobody cares for it. The real king will never care. Right? Shauryam, Tejo, Dhritir, Dakshyam. Dakshyam means resourcefulness. The real king, the proper king, he has the capacity to arrange the resources. He is very resourceful. Not like the today's administrative heads who gather their resources through sinful activities. By encouraging all the sinful activities, by liberalizing intoxication, liberalizing illicit sex. You see nowadays, when you use your internet, suddenly some advertisements will come. Rammi khelo, paisa kamao. Nobody has any shame to promote such ads. And there are so many shameful people sitting and giving testimony, saying that how I earned money. You should also earn money. And some people are saying, I'm so and so graduate, and so you see, by playing this such and such game, I've earned this much money. They are so not at all shameful to say, I'm so and so graduate, I'm doing some decent job. Instead of that, they're saying, I'm playing gambling and I've earned money, and you should also earn money by playing gambling. Just see this. And people are watching, they're getting tempted. Human beings in the material world, generally they have inclination for sinful activities because of karma. In everybody's heart, already there is karma. Instead of fanning it and increasing it, one has to carefully extinguish the karma. And that is the responsibility of the responsible king. Like the children, generally they are not interested in education, they just want to play around and spend their time. But the responsible parents, they encourage the child in various ways and means and send them to school for education. Not that the child will say, I'll play around, and the parents also will encourage them. No. That's the meaning of responsibility. Like that, the responsible government is very careful that we should not encourage the sinful tendencies of the citizen. So that I must administer in such a way that the sinful tendencies are extinguished and the divine qualities are encouraged in the society. So that is the quality of the real king. Shauryam tejo dhritir dakshyam. Dakshyam means resourceful. So then how do I create more and more resource? Not through sinful activities. We have examples of so many people. When you read Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Ramayana, you see how resourceful the kings were. In Ramayana, there is one chapter called Ayodhya. That is simply description of what the Ayodhya was. And you will see how Maharaj Dasharatha was ruling. It is said that when Lord Ram was born, when Sri Ram was born, so Maharaj Dasharatha was so happy that he got a child, he got a son, baby son, and he declared that next 7 years, nobody have to pay any tax. Have you ever heard such things? Recently somebody said, for 7 lakhs you don't have to pay tax, and so many people were happy about it. Just for that. But Maharaj Dasharatha declared, for 7 years there will be no tax collected. Number one. Secondly, he said, the treasury will be kept open. You know, treasure house, like all the banks and ATMs will be kept open without any password. And the announcement was made in Ayodhya that everybody can walk at any time and take how much ever they want, whatever they want. Can you imagine how much opulence must be there in Ayodhya? And this opulence was not through sinful activity. Maharaj Dasharatha, he was not rich king by allowing people to do sinful activities and from that he collected some tax. No. Ayodhya was such a pious city, Punya Nagari. There was no opportunity for anybody to do any sinful activities. Even then, Valmiki describes in Ramayana how rich the kingdom Ayodhya was. It is possible. Just that such kings are not available now. The present kings, they do not know how to mobilize the resource, how to create resource in dharmic way, through the principles of religion. Many people believe, not only kings, even citizens believe. They say that without bribe, without taking bribe, how is it possible to become rich? Everywhere there is corruption. Because people believe that by following dharma, you can't be rich. Following dharma, you can never be well-to-do. So their idea is that by following religious principles, you will always be poor. Srila Prabhupada refuted this argument. He said that simply by following all the religious principle, look at how all this Hare Krishna Mandir or Hare Krishna movement, ISKCON temples, they're so opulent and rich. No ISKCON temple is doing any sinful activity to, create resources and all. By following Sankirtana Dharma, Srila Prabhupada has demonstrated even in Kali Yuga, you can be well-to-do by following the dharma principles that is recommended. But unfortunately, when sinful people become kings, they will encourage sinful activities and they think that is the way we can collect the resources. So, but Bhagavad Gita says the dakshyam, resourcefulness based on the principles of religion, dharmic principles. Shauryam dhritir, right? The dakshyam. Yuddhecha apalayanam. He'll never be afraid of wars and fight. This is not the war for ego. When you are trying to implement dharma, the will of the Lord, there will always be opposing elements. There will always be demoniac people who have objection to this kind of principles. They will say, oh, we need more and more opportunity to do sinful activities. We need more and more freedom to do sinful activities. So such people sometimes create disturbance and nuisance. So the real king, the administrative head should not be afraid to take on or to face if there is any war because of such people. Yuddhecha apalayanam. So these are all qualities of the real Kshatriya. It's very clearly mentioned. Danam, generosity, being very generous for good things. Many people will go to king and say, hey king, we want to do such and such good things. And the king will immediately say, I will support you. So he's being generous. Danam. Ishvara, he has that leadership qualities. Ishvara bhavascha Kshatra karma swabhavajam. These are the qualities of a Kshatra, a real king or a Kshatriya. And all those qualities we can see in Maharaj Parikshit. He was very powerful king. He could immediately stop any wrong that was going on in his kingdom. That was a capacity of the real king. So who are these Kshatriyas? Kshatriyas, according to Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says in the 4th chapter, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha. Krishna says that I have created 4 types of people. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. For what? Why has God created these 4 types of people? To implement God's plan. Krishna has a plan. And what is his plan? His plan is to take all of us back to Vaikuntha, back to Goloka Vrindavan. That is the plan of God. This is the plan. To execute that plan, he has created 4 types of people. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. All have roles and responsibilities in this plan. Like, let us take the example of a hospital. Now what is that? Hospital is a place, there is some plan behind the hospital. The plan is to treat the diseased people, restore their health and cure them from the disease and send them back. This is the plan of the hospital. So likewise, the plan behind creating this material world, it is nothing but the hospital. It is a hospital that God has created for all the people who are inflicted with this disease called karma. We all are, affected by the disease called lust, karma, that I want to enjoy independent of God. So this is one kind of disease, forgetfulness of God. Krishna bhuliya jiva, bhogavancha kare. Krishna bhuliya jiva. We have forgotten Krishna. Why? Bhogavancha kare. By desiring material enjoyment. So this is one kind of a disease. Now you may say, oh, why should somebody be interested in curing disease? You see, disease means suffering. Like for example, you get stomach ache. It's not some nice thing to do. Stomach ache means it's a suffering. It's a pain. When you get stomach pain, you'll be thinking, oh, if somebody can cure my stomach pain, it will be very nice. You get headache. It causes certain pain and suffering. back pain or fever, any disease is nothing but pain and suffering. Likewise, the disease of forgetting Krishna, the disease of trying to enjoy independent of Krishna is nothing but suffering. We are actually suffering. We may not know, the child sometimes may not know that how diseases can bring suffering. So likewise, we all have the disease in the material world and it requires treatment. And this treatment is possible in the hospital. That is why Krishna has created this material world which is like the hospital. And in the hospital, there are varieties of people. Like you can see doctors, you can see administrators in the hospital. They have to make sure there is electricity, there is water, everybody does their duty. And there are assisting people. So likewise, there are brahmanas, like doctors. They come and educate you. They come and do treatment for you. And then there are those who are managing the hospital, making sure that hospital is kept neat, clean, and it is well taken care of. The hospital's bills are paid, electricity bills. They are administrators. They are kshatriyas. And they manage. All the timetable is being taken care. Everybody comes to their duty on time. And there are assisting staff and there are people who make sure that there is a sufficient wealth to continue the hospital. Likewise, to cure this disease called karma in our heart, the Krishna has entrusted these 4 people with 4 responsibilities. Everybody has very important responsibility. Brahmanas have some responsibility, Kshatriyas have some responsibility, Vaishyas have responsibility, Shudras have responsibility. And in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sve Sve Karmani Abhirataha. By following all these activities, their duties and responsibilities, all of them, all these 4 people, they will attain perfection. Samsiddhir Naraha. Siddhi, they achieve their perfection. Nobody is great, nobody is inferior or superior. Everybody has their own duty and responsibility. So Kshatriyas have a certain responsibility. Their responsibility is to implement Krishna's plan and make sure that the plan is being followed. The plan of the God, they are the implementers of that plan. Somebody, like government makes the law. Government makes the law in the parliament. But after the law is being formulated in the parliament, someone has to implement it. Like let's say the government decides all the vehicles should stop at the red signal. This is the law, let's say somebody has made. Who will implement? Who will make sure that at the red signal all the vehicles will stop? You require somebody to implement it. You require somebody to make sure that everybody is adhering to this law. And they are called Kshatriyas. According to the principles of Dharma, the Brahmanas, they formulate, like the MPs in the parliament, they make the law. They discuss and they are in contact with the constitution of this country. As per the constitution of the country, they pass certain laws. Like that, as per the constitution of the God, the Brahmanas, they formulate the laws for the upliftment of the mankind. What is good for the mankind? We are not talking about the casteism here. The birth casteism means, oh, someone is born, so he is Brahmana, he is Kshatriya. No, we are talking about the real Varnashrama system, which is totally different from the birth casteism that we have seen, the corrupted casteism based on the birth. So these Brahmanas, qualified Brahmanas, they formulate the laws, and you require someone to implement that law. Make sure that everyone follows these laws. And those are the Kshatriyas. The Kshatriyas and Brahmanas, they work in tandem. They work together. And to make sure that this law is being implemented, and there are Vaishyas, they create the wealth in the society so that there are sufficient resources in the society to follow the law of the God. And then there are assisting people called Shudras. So this people, Kshatriyas, are very powerful, and their power comes by following the plan of Lord Krishna. We see this in the Mahabharata. In Parikshit Maharaj, as we know, that he was bitten by the snake bird called Takshaka. So his son, the Parikshit Maharaj's son, Janamejaya, he became very angry. Oh, my father was bitten by a snake called Takshaka, and I will take revenge on the snakes. So he started doing some Sarpa Yagna. When he was doing Sarpa Yagna, all the snakes from all over the world, they were coming on their own, falling into Yagna Kunda, and they were dying. So like that he was doing some Sarpa Yaga. But he wanted the Takshaka to come and fall and die. So he said, this my father, in a very unjustified manner, this snake bird has killed, I will kill all the snakes. But Takshaka was not coming. What happened? The Takshaka went to Indra, and so he requested Indra, can you please protect me? Can you please save me from the danger? So Indra said, fine, no problem, I will save you. So Indra was protecting Takshaka. So then the Sarpa Yaga was going on. This Janamejaya was asking the priest, the Hotas who were doing the Yagna, did the Takshaka come? They said, no, he has not yet come. So they were continue to chant the mantras, but Takshaka was not coming. Then Janamejaya asked, why Takshaka is not coming? Then those Brahmanas who were doing Yagna, they said, because he has taken shelter of Indra. Who is Indra? Not an ordinary person. You know, sometimes you go to some powerful country and take shelter there, then gone. Like so many, defaulters, Malya and all these people, they have gone somewhere else and they're roaming around there and nobody is able to do anything. You can't catch them and bring, somebody is giving them shelter. You see how our government is, they're saying we are trying. So 5 years over, 7 years over. So like this, Takshaka also went to Swargaloka and took shelter there. And he was roaming around very happily. Oh, Indra will protect me. But what is the power of a Kshatriya? That Mahabharata says. When Janamejaya came to know that Indra is giving shelter to this Takshaka, then immediately he gave order to those priests who were performing the Yagna. He said that chant the mantra so that Indra and Takshaka both will fall into this Yagna Kunda. See the power of the king on the earth. He's just a king on the earth. The Indra is the king of the heaven. He's king of the heaven and he also controls the earth. But the kings, those who follow Krishna's plan, those who implement the dharma, they can be so powerful. They can be so powerful that they can confront anybody, even like this Indra. He was not afraid. Oh, is it so? Okay, what can be done? Now what can we do? He has taken shelter of Indra. No, he didn't say like that. He said, let's make sure that the Takshaka along with Indra will fall into this Yagna Kunda. And then all the priests started offering their Purnahuti and chanting mantras. And Indra suddenly started falling down from Amaravati, his place. And he was rolling down and along with Takshaka, he didn't understand what's happening. Why am I falling down like this? And then he came to know that because he gave shelter to Takshaka, this king Janamejaya, he's doing Sarpa Yagna with so powerful mantras that he's falling into Yagna Kunda. So he was about to fall. He was about to fall into Yagna Kunda and he started begging. He started offering prayers that save me, please save me. And then the Janamejaya was stopped by Vyasadeva that please stop, don't do this. So it is just an example to tell that how powerful the kings could be. Yuddhecha apalayanam. They are not afraid of confronting anyone for sake of protecting dharma. So Prabhupada says, what is the problem today? After hearing all those things, we all get desire. Oh, so nice kings. Why? When will we get such kings? When will we have such rulers? Unfortunately, today, the kind of kings we have are the kings selected by unqualified people. Unqualified people. Now, what do you mean by democracy? Demo means in Greek language, people. People are called demo. Krasi means rule. So who rule? People rule. We the people, for the people, by the people. So then what is happening? So the power is with people, not with the king. So then what happens? The king is always afraid. He's always afraid. He's afraid of what? He's thinking, if I implement this law, the people will create one big ruckus. They will go on strike. They will sit on strike. They will say, next time we will not vote you. Over. Then the government will roll back whatever they've decided. They will say, okay, we have cancelled it, don't worry. So now what is happening is, imagine a teacher in the school and there are 60 children are there. So this is like, what should you teach every day will be decided by the children in the class. So they will decide. So the teacher will go and say, my dear kids, now today I will teach you mathematics. Now the children will say, oh no, today you should teach us the Bollywood songs. And teacher cannot do anything. The teacher is helpless, because imagine in the school, the teacher's salary will come only if the children vote for the teacher. Otherwise the teacher is not going to get the salary. Then the teacher will say, I am interested in my salary. What happens to you? Go to hell. So whatever you want, I will do. So this is what Srila Prabhupada is pointing out, the unfortunate situation of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, this so-called democracy, what is the disadvantage of them? There are advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantage of democracy is the government cannot be very powerful, because it wants to do anything, the people will protest. The people will say, next time we will not vote for you. So then immediately the government will roll back. It will take back its decisions. It can't have strong decision-making capacity, because the power is actually with people. And who are the people? Vyasadeva says, Lokasya ajanata. Loka, the common people, they're ignorant. They're not enlightened people. They do not know what is right, what is wrong. They do not know what is good, what is not good. You see this? If you announce tomorrow, all the people are going to get everyday liquor free of cost. Everybody is going to vote for such government. Something you say like this, people will vote. Anything that you say that which is in favor of their sense gratification, then immediately people will vote. People will immediately vote. Once upon a time, one of the state governments in India promised people, we will give you free color TV to all of you. And next time that party came to power. So the government promises entertainment. Any government that promises entertainment will come into power. Any government that promises enlightenment will be thrown away. Who wants your enlightenment? So this is Kali Yuga. So in the Kali Yuga, people are not interested in enlightenment. They're interested in entertainment. Look at what is happening in this world. Who is paid maximum? Who gets the maximum money? Just look at the people and think. Those who are into entertainment industry, they gets the maximum money. Those who are in cinema, those who are in sports, they gets the maximum. Today entertainment comes from maximum from movies, cinema, or it could be OTT or whatever it is, and those who play sports. Day and night people keep discussing, oh, this many crores this movie has made, that many crores that movie is made. So entertainment industry is dictating the society. There is nothing wrong with entertainment. As human beings, we also need entertainment. But only entertainment, there is no enlightenment. Entertainment should be the medium to take us to enlightenment. Like you may say that child, my dear child, if you go to school, I'll give you chocolate. You are showing chocolate so that the child will go to school. Enlightenment is the goal. Entertainment can be some kind of an encouragement for that. Not that eating chocolate becomes the only goal of the life. That is very wrong. So now you see the person who kicks the ball, that person is paid highest in the whole world. The person who repairs your leg, the person who kicks the ball with his leg, the doctor who repairs your leg, he doesn't earn crores and all those things. He will earn very nominal money. But the one who kicks the ball, he will earn crores and crores of rupees. So we can clearly see where is the focus in today's society. How do we know where is the attention, where is the focus? Who is getting the maximum attention? Who is getting maximum payment? Who is being glorified in the society? That is where the people attention is. The one who kicks the ball is being paid the maximum. They are the one. So they decide the advertisement industry, they decide everything, they influence people, entertainment industry people, not enlightenment. So the enlightenment is missing. Lokasya ajanata. Generally the people are ajanata, they are ignorant. And educating them is a very tough job. It is not easy. And who will educate? Like parents have the first-hand experience. Growing up their children, educating children is not a small job. It is a tough job. The children always want to play around, watch TV, play games on the mobile. But the parents know the pain and responsibility of educating children. Like that, the Kshatriyas and the Brahmanas, they have the responsibility of educating the people. But unfortunately, in Kali Yuga, what has happened in the last few thousands of years? When the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas, when they misused their power, when they misused their power, they got corrupted. Then what happened? People lost faith in Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. Yad yad acharati shrestha tad tad evetaro janaha. Society always requires role models. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita. You always require a role model. Somebody to inspire you. Somebody to motivate you. You require role model. Yad yad acharati shreshtaha tattad evetaro janaha. The jana, the common people, they follow the shrestha people. The leaders of the society. When the leaders of the society becomes corrupt, when they degrade, then the common people also get degraded. So that's what happened in the Kali Yuga. And when the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas became corrupt, when they used all that power for their own sense gratification, people lost faith in them. As a result of that, people said, we will decide who will rule. That means we become the government. And that's how the democracy came into existence. When they rejected this monarchy, which is based on the purity of the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas. So this democracy will always lead to this kind of chaos and very weak government, which will not have any strong decision-making ability, all these things. Srila Prabhupada always emphasized that the purpose of this Hare Krishna movement, the purpose of this ISKCON movement is actually to create those role models. Today we may not have the government at the national level or international level, but you can be that, inspiring administrator at your family level. Because you are playing the role of a leader somewhere at your level. At your home, you are an administrator. Maybe father or mother, you are playing the role of an administrator. Then you must play the role of this administrator, according to Bhagavad Gita administrator. And for that, you need to become, first of all, Krishna conscious. Like the Maharaj Parikshit was 100% Krishna conscious. Like Arjun was 100% Krishna conscious. What did he say at the end of the Bhagavad Gita? Karishye vachanam tava. The first sign of a good administrator is, I want to do what God wants me to do. Whatever Krishna wants me to do, I will do it. That is the symptom and sign that you have become the proper administrator. Srila Prabhupada always desired and emphasized that he desires to create such role models through this Hare Krishna movement. At our own level, by following Krishna consciousness. And how do we know what God wants me to do? We will come to know by reading Bhagavad Gita. By reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we will come to know what Krishna wants me to do. If you do not read Prabhupada books, we will never come to know what my Guru wants me to do, what Krishna wants me to do. We must make sure every day we spend some time reading Srila Prabhupada books, especially Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, so that we have no confusion. What is the plan of Krishna? What is the plan of a pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada and Acharya? And secondly, how to implement it. Okay, now you came to know this is a plan of Krishna, this is plan of Prabhupada, but how do I implement it? For that also you have to read, so that you will come to know. Plus you have to be in touch with the sadhus, the devotees. When you are in touch with devotees, when you take guidance from devotees, you will know how to implement the plan of Krishna in your life. It's not that, okay, we don't have great kings at national level, international level, but you can be that Krishna conscious administrator for your own life, for your own family, for your own community. It is very much possible. We don't have to lose the hope. So, by reading Prabhupada books, by being in touch with the devotees who are practicing what Guru and Krishna have taught us, we will come to know, we will learn the art of implementing the God's plan in our life. And at last, to maintain this consciousness always, we have to engage in very important activity called always remembering Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we chant this Hare Krishna mantra, our consciousness will always be bright, and it will always take us in the right direction, and it will help you to take up remaining all the qualities. And Prabhupada always said, quoting Srimad Bhagavatam verse, that when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, all the good qualities will automatically manifest in us. Automatically will come in our heart, in our behavior. They will automatically come. So that is why the basic is chanting Hare Krishna mantra, reading Srila Prabhupada books, getting in touch with devotees and taking the guidance. When we do that, there is no doubt that we will become somewhere, at least 0.1% somewhere, follow the footsteps of the great administrators like Maharaj Parikshit. And that is how we can see any success, both materially and spiritually in our life. We'll stop here with this. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.